Hello beautiful humans, welcome back to part 2 of my mini weavers workshop. Today we're going to be making some nature weaves. Here are a few that I made several months ago now, so they're looking a little bit tired. So how about we make some more? What you will need for this exercise is some string. Now this is cotton string. Any string that doesn't stretch and doesn't have a real waxy finish to it will work well because we want it to grip to the branches. So you'll need the string and then some nature. So let's go find some nature. This is a great exercise to immerse yourself in nature. It can be done by visiting a local park if that's accessible to you, or by walking around your neighbourhood, or it can even be done in your backyard. What we want to do is look closer at the beauty Mother Nature has to offer. Instead of just looking at a tree or a bush as a whole, step in closer. Look at all the colours, all the textures, the shapes of each individual leaf. There is so much beauty in nature when we stop to notice the details. When looking for things to include in your nature weaves, be sure to look at the ground first and take those pieces that have already fallen from the tree or need to be cut back anyway. See those pieces as gifts from Mother Nature and give her a big thank you for her never-ending blessings. The first thing that we need to find is an appropriate stick. So have a look at this shape here. This is what you want to aim for. A Y-shaped stick, something that's got a handle and then it's got the fork in it so we can weave in between these two branches.
This is a special one for me, but it's too long for me. Another stick. This is
Once you've gathered all your materials, we're going to need to warp up our branch. To do that, simply tie a knot in the bottom of the V of your branch. For the littlies, we might need an adult to help here. Once you've tied your string in place, what we're going to do is circle around each of the branches. So first I'm going to go around just this top branch, and then I'm going to come down about an inch across from where you've tied and go around this one separately. Can you see how I've done that? And then we're going to go back up to the top one, leave a bit of space and circle around whilst pulling tension on the twine itself, and then back down to the bottom one and solely around the bottom one. And then you keep going until you have run out of branch to weave onto or warp onto. There we go. So now I'm going to just tie off a double knot at the top of this branch here. And we have it. This one is ready to go. Now you will find that some branches are easier to warp on than others. If you can see, this branch is quite rough with a lot of little knobs and bark flaking on there. So this is great for the cotton rope to hold onto. If you've found a stick that's particularly smooth, you may have trouble, or you're using a twine that is quite smooth or a wax finish, you may find that it does want to move a little bit. So it is good to choose a stick that is a little bit rougher if you can find one. If not, a smooth stick will still work. It will just be a little bit more fiddly, that's all. Okay, now is the fun bit. So we want to take the nature that you've got. It's good to use one that's a little bit stronger to begin with, because this is the first time that we'll be weaving through these warp threads. So this string here is at the front, so I want to be in front of that one and then come behind and collect that underneath. And then I'm going to move the stick in front of this next one, if you can see there, in front of this one here, and then it's going to go behind this next one here. And remember too, these little shoots will grab on the twine as well, so you've just got to sort of keep pushing it through as you go, and sometimes wiggling it and jiggling it on the way down. There we are. That's the first piece in. So once that piece is in, it's sort of free range. You can go for broke and you don't have to worry so much about doing the tabby weave like we've done this one. You just want to make sure that you're putting all the nature in so it feels a little bit secure. So if you go in and out a few of those warp threads, it's going to be secure enough to stay in there. So all you do now is keep weaving.
Slow pace, salty breeze, and the waves. No matter where I play. Yesterday we followed the road of the moon. We drove all day towards the coast. It remembered me, the beauty of this life. Such a feeling to be alive. The salty breeze in my lungs. And back to where I'm from. The salty breeze in my lungs. On and on and on and on.
Once your nature weave starts to get a little bit more full, it's quite easy to just poke in the nature anywhere, and it's more likely to stay because it's got all the rest of the nature holding it in place.
And the waves, the slower pace, the salty breeze, and the waves. No matter where I play. I want to live in an arbor town. Like to see the boats leaving at the break of dawn. I want to live in an arbor town, surrounded by the sea, my artist friend. The salty breeze and the waves, the slow pace, the salty breeze